Good morning guys, welcome to another video. It's just gone on to 8 o'clock, so it's still pretty dark out there. So I'm going to leave the lights on there for a minute or two and I'm just going to watch. There's a few small birds coming in around there and just watch them for a while there. So I was off work, sick all week. So I was bored at home all week, so literally this was very last moment. But one of my favourite places to be, Irish Photography Hides, absolutely love it. So I'm in the Limekiln Hide. I'm going to stay here till about 11 o'clock, half 11, and then I'm going to head over to the Squirrel Hide and do a few photos of the squirrels. It's miserable out there. It's absolutely lashing. The drive here was absolutely scary. I felt like Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder there at stages, trying to overtake trucks. Every 100 yards there's a truck spraying mist on you. Terrible. So I'm just going to watch what's going on here for a half hour or so, guys, until it brightens up a bit, and I'll start taking a few photos. So stay tuned and we'll see what we get. So it's pretty heavy raining out there, but it's supposed to clear up about 11 o'clock. So it is really the kind of squirrel hide that I'd be interested in. But what I'm going to do today, if it continues to rain, I'm hopefully going to use really low shutter speeds, and that should give lovely streaks of rain in the photos. But obviously we're going to need the subjects to be still for a second. And as I'd say, we can't ask them to turn and pose for us. I do have my fingers crossed now that before I go down to the squirrel hide that it clears up a bit, because they move so fast. You definitely will want the higher shutter speeds. So I just turned off the lights there. You can hear the jays out there, so I don't want to be scaring them either or stopping them from landing. So lights out, so let the games begin. Can you hear the buzzard out there? Hopefully he holds off now for about 20 minutes. It's still pretty dark out there. Just wanted to brighten up a small bit more. So it stopped raining, which is one good thing. It's starting to brighten up. I don't think it's going to be blue skies today. I think it's going to be very grey. Collared dove just landed. There's loads of small birds out there. The brambling, siskins, greenfinches, goldfinches, the coal tit, grey tit, blue tit. The robin just landed here a second ago. So there's loads to keep you busy while you're waiting. So a buzzard just landed on, there's a perch out there with a quail on it, and basically just literally didn't even land, just kind of half checked it out and flew off. But I think there's another one just here in the trees. They've both gone quiet there now at the moment. I'm kind of glad they're gone. Like, it's still a little bit too dark, and I'm not big into processing pictures, so I just prefer if they came in and I got the picture. So, can you hear the buzzard? All the small birds just took off. Look where the wren hid. Literally just poured myself out a cup of tea, and Jay is after coming in. There's a lot of light now starting to come in, which is brilliant. So I have no issues now with anything coming in. There's a lovely light out there now, absolutely lovely, and I've been scanning everywhere looking for the brambling. I'd love a photo now with this light. Don't have a photo of a brambling, never seen one, so I would really love that. So hopefully now things will start coming in. There's a bit of light there, so I'm looking forward now to going down to the red squirrel hide with this light. So it's lovely out there at the moment. The light has really enhanced. It has totally stopped raining, so I won't be getting any of these shots with the long streaks of rain in them, unfortunately. Buzzard. I'll be back, Buzzard. So it's always the way. I literally poured out my cup of tea to have a cup of tea and a sandwich. Buzzard landed on the big branch up here. He took off, the woodpecker landed here. A jay and a magpie landed here. They're running. Every time I went to pick up my cup to have a sup of tea, the woodpecker came in. So I finally caught her. Except her taking off. They're coming back. She's very twitchy, constantly watching the sky. And just as she did, the jay was doing the same. And the buzzard is back in again. Back in a sec. He's just sitting on the tree trunk there for the last 3 to 4 minutes. Just watching the world pass by. I actually need to cough. He's not moving. At least 10 minutes have passed and he's still sitting above in the perch. He's not moving. He's actually still there. The woodpecker is in. I was here exactly a year ago, believe it or not, to decide. Myself, Paddy and Dave came up. It was a good day actually, very busy day. But we stayed here till about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And we were actually half tempted to stay and see could we do the barn owl after it. Richard has offered me to stay and do the barn owl tonight, but I don't think I will. I'm just after a sickness, so I don't really want to be staying out in the cold. That's why I'm literally staying here 2 hours. I'm going to go to the red squirrel hide for 2 hours, and I'm going home. And obviously I'm back to work tomorrow, so I need to be fit. There's a female out there. You can tell she's a female because she's beautiful and large. Like, the female is much bigger than the males. It's not the same one that was there earlier, because the one that was there earlier had a brighter eye, so you'd know it was a juvenile. This one is a real dark eye. Possibly could even be the mother. I'll just show you there in the back of the camera. Turn this now. She's there feeding. So she's happy, she's content, she's eating away out there. The small birds are still coming in and out. They know that she won't be bothered when she's feeding like that. I knew there was 2 there earlier on, and the young juvenile was over here. I could hear one calling here as well, and the juvenile was staying really quiet and just kind of taking the world in. He wasn't really hungry either, like, because he landed on the quail and left it, whereas this one now is sticking into it. I think that's kind of a testament to Richard on like how he keeps the place and how you're blocked off from them and everything like that. It's absolutely amazing there that you can literally talk low and kind of move your hands in that, and there's no movement from them. It's that time, guys. I'm going to be moving on from here. I'm going to start packing up. Quite enough, but an interesting morning at the same time. The buzzard sitting up there for nearly 15 minutes was actually hilarious. The brambling coming in was amazing. Had never seen one. Would have loved to get a picture. Did get a picture, but I assume it's very grainy and things like that. And as I said, it's on a thick branch, so, you know, not a great image, but look. It's a record shot, how bad. Loads of coal tits flying around there. Nice little bird actually. I got my first picture of one of them last week. I'm going now to do the red squirrel hide. It's only 11 o'clock, like I've only been here 2 hours. I assume if I stayed for the rest of the day I'd get what I wanted, but I'll keep going anyway, guys. So if you want to come with me to the squirrel hide, let's go. Just heading down the track to go to the red squirrels. I have a stream here running beside me, but can you hear them? There's 2 buzzards
calling out to each other there.